What shocked you most when researching and writing this book?
It was one very specific thing, and it was a specific date, the date 1832. A royal commission had been formed at that year to look into the poor, and specifically how much it was costing to look after them. I think the whole tenure of that commission, though, was not really intended to look after people, but to punish them for causing the state too much trouble. They were expensive, these people. Who should be looking after them anyway? And the idea that went around by the philosopher Malthus was that it's their problem, and the best thing to do is ignore them completely and they'll gradually die. I was shocked in particular by the frontispiece to the 1832 report, which became law in 34. And I'll quote it to you. "We grant you, the poor, the right to exist, but only to exist. The right to multiply you have not, nor the right to exist as befits human beings. You are a pest, and if we cannot get rid of you as we do of other pests, you shall feel at least that you are a pest." So this was their starting point. People such as various clergy also came out in support, surprisingly, of this harsh regime. And I'll quote you another thing. "The workhouse must be a place of hardship, of coarse fare, degradation and humility. It should be administered with strictness, severity, and should be as repulsive as is consistent with humanity." That was the Reverend H. Millman. So you can see that their starting point was extremely negative regarding the poor themselves. What they wanted to do was save money. At the end of the 18th century, you've got the people leaving the land in huge numbers. In fact, by 1820, 30% of all rural labourers had moved to the towns and cities for work. And then after Trafalgar in 1815, Waterloo, isn't it? In 1815, you've got the French and continental prisoners brought over by the hundreds of thousands. People were literally swarming into towns and cities that just did not have the accommodation for them. And this led to huge overcrowding problems, accompanied, of course, by disease and crime. There's an instance here, for example, in Cardiff, I found that 26 people were living in a 2-bedroom house, and they were taking in shifts, day shift and night shift, and they swapped over as they finished their work, the beds never cooling down, which was an ideal situation for disease and crime.